Hello, Colas, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We begin with Messi, as President Laporta, according to new report, is ready to make maximum efforts to resign Messi. Contacts have resumed with Messi's camp. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, we are going to be talking about Alejandro Balde, as a new transfer report have come out claiming that Chelsea are interested in signing the Barca teenager. The club are working on a contract renewal. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barcelona president Joan Laporta has expressed on more than one occasion that he really wants Messi back at the club. However, the club chief must go through every possible detail for the operation to come to fruition. According to Spanish journalist Tony Juan Marti, Laporta is willing to do everything possible for Messi's return, but the 60-year-old will not risk the position of the club in order to return the dream into reality. For now, Laporta's priority is to explore the threats Barcelona may face in case Messi returns to the club. For this, the president will meet the upper management to make a decision. Laporta is of the opinion that he owes Messi a lot after the forward was forced to quit the team in 2021. But at the same time, he has expressed that he would make the same decision again if his team falls into a similar kind of trouble. Since Messi's exit, a lot has changed at Barcelona, and while Laporta does want the player to return, he wants to know the price the club would have to pay. At the same time, he wants to understand where in what position Barca would be if it does happen. As far as Messi is concerned, he wants to have all the guarantees beforehand. This means he wants to understand how the management will function during the transfer. Now, it must be remembered that Messi's relationship with Laporta's board is not so good. The player, however, is willing to set everything aside, but that does not necessarily mean he would return just like this. Joan Marti claims that Lionel Messi will not directly demonstrate his desire to return unless he is given the guarantees that he can be registered in La Liga. Barcelona's troubles with player registration are known to everyone, so the forward is certainly not being unreasonable, especially since the club's relationship with La Liga president Javier Tebas is not the best. For now, Laporta's management has resumed contact with Messi's father and agent, George Messi, and the next step now is to send the numbers. Club Vice President Rafa Justo has also confirmed that contacts have taken place between the two camps, as he said. We have been in contact with Leo Messi's camp. Leo knows how much we appreciate him and I would love for him to come back. For sure, Messi loves Barca and the city, so we hope to find the right conditions to continue his club or his history here. That is the word from Rafa Justo, the vice president, of course, admitting that there was something of a contact between Messi's camp and Barcelona. So at this moment, Messi has an option, of extending his stay with Paris Saint-Germain. And before the World Cup, everything seemed like perfect on track. However, recent episodes with the fans have changed the game and the pendulum is now swinging in Barcelona's favor. Quite interesting, isn't it? Messi's return definitely will come with a price. We know that it is quite tricky, and I think this is one of the highest risks Laporta is trying to take here. Messi is a superstar, for crying out loud, and coming to Barcelona in such a situation where financially we are doing very poorly, and of course a club where we're still struggling to get new players who are far below the market valuation of Messi is not easy. And talk less of how much will Messi demand. when it comes. Even though I've been hearing reports that Messi would like to take a pay cut because he understands perfectly the situation or the position that the clubs find themselves in, but it's still a very, very tricky business, right? Because he wants to be sure, according to reports, he really wants to be certain if he's making that big decision to return to Camp Nou. Actually, if he will be registered in La Liga, because of the bad history that Javier Tebas will have with us, it is no surprise that Barca will have a lot of difficulties to register their new players, like what we have been saying in the last 2 seasons. And of course, it is very reasonable that Messi knows the position of the club. He knows how management will be like. He does not want to be, I don't think Messi wants to be the cause of more damage to Barcelona's finances, right? It's going to be very catastrophic. I think if Messi knows that he's coming to Barca will bring more damage, Messi himself will not even give any go ahead to that. And Laporta, as a president, I think he knows best that in order to not to ruin the club, he should not risk something. But if he thinks that Messi coming, they can still arrange things in such a way that it will comply with La Liga financial rules, then good and fine. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona youngster Alejandro Balde has emerged as a possible transfer target for Premier League heavyweights Chelsea heading into the summer window. This claim comes from Sport, who report that Barcelona have no desire of selling their academy graduate and are working hard to tie him down to a long-term new contract. Balde has been one of the biggest surprises this season. The 19-year-old has established himself as the first choice left back under Xavi Hernandez, ahead of seasoned campaigners like Jordi Alba and Marcos Alonso. The teenager has also broken into the Spanish national team and made an impression in his handful of appearances in the international level. Balde's current contract with Barca expires in 2024, meaning he will be entering the final year of his deal this summer. The Catalans have been busy at work to renew his contract, with talks having progressed well with his agent, Jorge Mendes. Alejandro Balde and his representatives both want to continue at Barcelona. However, at the same time, Mendes has warned that Barcelona that they are suitors for this teenager in the Premier League, with Chelsea understood to be the most interested. The Blues are unhappy with their left-back options in Marco Correa and Ben Chilwell, and have shown that they are not averse to spending the big bucks if needed. Bade has been on Chelsea's radar in the past as well, and they are once again looking at him as an option. However, Barcelona's focus remains on renewing Bade until 2027 and ensuring his successful registration as a first-team player before next season kicks off. At the same time, Mendes wants Barca to hand the 19-year-old a contract that reflects his growth and development in stature over the past year. While the super agent understands that the club has had to cut down on their salary scale, he is still seeking wages similar to that of Ansu Fati and Pedri Wabade. A full agreement is yet to be reached, and registering the contract or the contract once that is done will also be a big challenge, but the player is clear about wanting to continue at the Camp Nou, and Barca themselves are convinced that Bade will sign a new contract after their latest meeting with Mendes. They plan to make an announcement before the end of the season before registering the contract with La Liga in the summer. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.